So let's move to something else, and I'll tell you a little bit on how I pack my makeup when I go on a trip. I remind you that my trips are usually in countries I have to reach by plane, and I stay there for quite a long time. And my main purpose is not to be pretty, but of course, as I have noticed that in foreign countries and cultures, I look prettier to people than I do at home. I of course want to feel nice when I have a night out or something, and I also want to feel nice when I arrive there. So what I tend to do, if I am allowed to take some makeup on my hand luggage, is to put my makeup on when the aircraft is about to landing. And sometimes I just stay on the aircraft for a long amount of time, so I just feel and look very tired when I arrive, so I just want to prepare a little bit. So basically, the first thing I think about when I pack my suitcase, as long as makeup is concerned and everything else really, is that I need to try and take the less possible and the smallest things possible, and the things that weighed as less as possible. So this is basically what I think about. My first thought is not what I want to wear, is not what will look good with my outfits or whatever. So I still have my makeup packed from my last trip, and this is it. As you can see, it is really small. Of course, I also have with me soap and beauty products, creams, or whatever you need to be clean. Overall, when you go to poor and faraway places where you don't know what you will find, and you will need to stay fresh all the time, you feel like you need it. So this is just makeup, and this, as you can easily guess, was a case for glasses, and I used it as a makeup bag because it was the smallest thing I could find. And here I have what I do basically is I try to find the old makeup that I have already used and maybe is in small packagings because I have taken it out from palettes or whatever. When I talk about old makeup, I don't mean that you have to use old makeup, and of course you don't have to use makeup which is not healthy and due to be used anymore. So I have my contact lenses. I use daily ones, so I just can pick as many as I want. And I really love products with a little mirror inside, because they can be used also as mirrors, and you can take them in your purse or in your pocket wherever you want to. And also you can always find a little mirror even where there's not, so, or when you don't have enough room to bring a proper big one. So I took this black eyeshadow because I tend to try and think which are the colors which I prefer to use most of the time, and select just 2 or 3 and bring just those ones. And I also have Unfortunately, the box got broken, but this is a pink blush. I get creative and use it also for as an eyeshadow, and it has a little mirror on the bottom too, so I find this very useful. But unfortunately, as you can see, the packaging and cover got broken. So also, as long as other beauty stuff are concerned, I try to bring the smallest possible. This is for my hair, and I try to bring the tiny ones instead of the big ones. So this is a concealer. As you can see, the box is very small, and I try to use it for as many uses as possible too. So I try to use it as a concealer and as a base and as everything I can, really. And what else? Of course, a waterproof mascara. And as long as brushes are concerned, I try to find the smallest one I can. I use it as a blush brush. It's very small, as you can see, so it's not really easy to use it this way, but I also like to put my makeup on with my fingers, so I'm quite messy. This is of course a eyeshadow brush. I use it with double faces, so I have more options for colorings just in one. And as I told you before, I try to find the smallest things that I have already used, just because they are in a smallest shape. And this is an eye pencil. Of course I have finished it, but it's not quite finished yet. So if I have to pack for traveling, I don't pack the new long one, but I pack this one. Really need to be sure that this is nothing too old, this is nothing that can cause you skin troubles and stuff, and always pack healthy things. And this is for my lips, and it has vitamins in it, so I use it both as a protection for skincare, for sun protection, and as a base for my lipstick. And always talking about lip balm, I am going to show you this, and I really adore it because, of course, they're not famous names. I adore it because it is solid and it's really small. It's really practical to bring in your purse, and I also love it as a product. It is very, very natural. You just can put it on with your finger, and I bought it in Ecuador, 100% pure cocoa butter. And in Ecuador, there are a lot of natural products for your health, for your beauty, which you cannot find here. And this is the kind of product I will take on a trip in my suitcase too, because it's small, it's easy to use, it's natural, and it's also solid, so you will have no trouble with airport control and stuff like that. This is always from Lush, which is a kind of shop I really, really love. This is a face skin detergent, and it's always small and easy to bring, and good for controls. And yeah, they're also similar to this from Lush. There are also temple balms. I don't know if they sell them anymore. And yeah, this is another example of very tiny and useful for traveling eyeshadow. This is a green eyeshadow, quite an odd color as long as I'm concerned. And those are some products you can find as shop gifts and trials, along with perfumes I showed you before, and shampoos and creams. This is of course a foundation, so you need of course to when you bring just as tiny amounts of makeup, to not to put too much on your face, to not to put makeup on when it's not useful to, like when you go to the beach or to the swimming pool for tanning, or have a bath, or swim, or to swim, or when you're going to a very difficult, or where you're going to somewhere quite difficult to visit, or I don't know, to a safari. Of course you need the lion to see your pretty face, so yeah, of course you will not have a lot of product, and you will need to just be careful using them just when you need it. Also, trying to respect other cultures. Maybe you will have to think if it's so nice and polite to be always so perfect, to be always so glamorous, to be always so dressed up in super cute ways, in very sexy ways, also about the makeup, or in ways that show off all you have. Some other times you can just play with your makeup, because there are some places where, as I showed you before in some pictures of those models from around the world, they are used to put a lot of makeup on, so you can just feel free to try. So yeah, you really will need to think wisely a little bit about where you're going before you think about putting your makeup on and prepare. But I will most probably make another tutorial also about clothing, about what to do and what not to do for girls, as long as their looks are concerned when traveling in different countries. So this is it for now. Please feel free to comment, rate, and write to me, and I will see you soon with another tutorial. Bye!